Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and the monthly Star Wars news roundup that I do together with Alex at the end of each month. As you can imagine, this month we have quite a lot to talk about thanks to Star Wars Celebration, so let's jump straight into it. First off, we have the gaming news, which is pretty much all revolving around Battlefront 2 and the reveal at Star Wars Celebration. If you're a subscriber of the channel, chances are that you've caught up quite well to the news, so I'm simply gonna go over the main bullet points here, and if you want to go more in depth, feel free to check out the rest of my videos. The reveal mostly focused on the single-player campaign, and this campaign features a new Imperial elite squad called Inferno Squad, led by Iden Versio. It also ties into the novel coming out this June called Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad. The campaign will be spanning from the collapse of the Empire to the rise of the First Order, roughly 30 years, and it starts off just at the end of Return of the Jedi, so the actual novel will be taking place a couple of years prior to that, where we get to see how the Inferno Squad was actually formed. They also revealed a brand new planet called Vardos, which is Iden Versio's home planet, and this is a planet that has willingly joined the Empire and will be visited during the campaign. In terms of other locations that they have confirmed for the game, we have Naboo, Starkiller Base, Takodana, Hoth, Tatooine, Kamino, Jakku, Yavin 4, and the Death Star. And as you might be able to tell from that, yes, all eras are confirmed for multiplayer in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I think most of you probably knew that by now. In terms of heroes, they have confirmed Rey, Kylo Ren, Yoda, Han Solo, Darth Maul, Luke, and Iden Versio, who we don't know if she will be in the multiplayer or not. They have emphasized that the next game is a lot bigger than the previous game, and just by hearing these locations and heroes, you can hear that they've doubled everything from the launch of the last game, and these lists are still far from complete, so expect more reveals in the future. In terms of cross-era play, it sounds like you will not be able to play like droids versus First Order troopers, but there will be game modes that allows cross-era play for heroes, and this is how most people expected it to be. And there won't be any more glowing pickups for heroes and vehicles. They heard the community loud and clear. The next game will instead be based off some sort of resource system that we still don't know exactly how it will work. The multiplayer is now class-based, with 4 different classes: the Officer, Assault, Heavy, and Specialist, another heavily requested feature from the previous game. In general, they want to have more depth in the multiplayer gameplay, such as progression and unlocks for individual classes, heroes, and vehicles, and blasters that you can customize and add attachments to. You will also be able to do stuff like aim down sight, and it will actually have an effect on how you shoot compared to the previous game where you might as well shoot from the hip. It's semi-confirmed that the game won't have any season pass and that it will have microtransactions instead, although we don't have any specifics around that. And lastly, the release date for the game is November 11th on Xbox One, PS4 and PC, and if you buy the Deluxe Edition, you will get 3 days early access, and you can also get it even earlier than that if you have EA access on Xbox One or Origin access on PC. But that was a quick roundup of all the Star Wars gaming news for April 2017. Now let's head over to the canon news, and for that I'm bringing on my friend and Star Wars lore expert Alex from Star Wars Explained.
Thanks, Elliot. Can I just say how ludicrous it is that we were literally hanging out for the entirety of Star Wars Celebration and didn't think to do any of this in person? Let's start with the new teaser trailer for The Last Jedi. I won't spend any time breaking it down or anything because if you're watching this video, I find it nearly impossible that you wouldn't have already seen the teaser. If you haven't watched it for any reason, go do that. The first poster for the film was also released. It's very simple, featuring Rey, Luke, and Kylo Ren. It's got an old school style to it that I really like. The release date for Episode 9 has been announced as May 24th, 2019. It looks like Lucasfilm is committing to moving Star Wars back to a summer release over December after The Last Jedi premieres this Christmas. Speaking of Episode 9, Kathleen Kennedy has announced that Carrie Fisher will not be appearing in the film. I was surprised by that news, and honestly I'm a little worried about what that means for The Last Jedi and the end of the sequel trilogy. I just hope they didn't have to change the story they originally intended to tell. Kathleen Kennedy also mentioned that she's hoping to make further announcements about future Star Wars standalone films this summer, likely at D23 in July. A trailer was also released for Star Wars Rebels Season 4. It was somewhat light on new footage, but still exciting. Dave Filoni revealed that the coming season will be the final season. I'm sad to see Rebels go, but I also respect the decision. I would much prefer the show end on a strong note the way the creator wants, rather than overstay its welcome.
Thank you very much, Alex. And yeah, I have to agree, I can't believe we didn't actually record anything on spot when we were at the same event for like 3 days in a row. I promise you guys, the next time we meet up at an event, we will record these videos on location and hopefully with a camera as well. And if you want to get more Star Wars lore news, feel free to check out Alex's channel in the description below. And if you have any feedback for this series, that's also highly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.